This conference will now be recorded.
Or Pat.
I clicked it. Damn.
I didn't hear anything.
This conference will now be recorded.
Oh, that's what happened.
Oh,
Let's move this over.
This conference will now be recorded.
Because it
We all
was,
set?
on the, it's on this camera.
we all set? All right, good evening. I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, May 14th, 2024 Town of Tilton Planning Board meeting to order. Let the record show that all members are present. First on our agenda is a site plan review. Kyle Minery, 35 Range Road. Oh, it's Planning Board Case 24-05, 35 Range Road, map R13, Lot 6, rural agricultural, subdividing tax map R13, Lot 6 into 4 residential lots. And we have this is not it. We did have an application, right? There it is. Did everyone receive the application in the mail?
Nope.
No,
No.
no,
Or
I got a driveway up.
no.
Nope.
am I the only one got it?
Yeah, I just have the
Those came in
I
this
didn't
one.
get it.
I
plans.
This one?
don't have it.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I brought my.
Mine right here. I don't
Did you?
Don't have the application itself?
No.
Many-
Well,
Only Eric does.
Eric
well,
has
hold on.
it.
I'm just flipping through it. I actually don't have the checklist. Yes, I do. Sorry, I do. I have the application, but I'm the only one.
Catherine, do you?
I see a driveway
No, that's
permit.
not it.
No, that's
That's
not
not it.
No, I didn't get it in my packet. No.
it. No.
No, I didn't get mine.
All right. Momentary delay.
I didn't get any. But the minute.
Really got
and you-
this
and that.
and minutes.
That's all.
Driveway app was
I think-
here when I got here.
And then there was also a,
Well, I got the big one.
oh, you got, oh, is that different?
I might have got other people's because I got 4 of those.
You got 4
But
of those?
Matt's.
All right. There's some type of, all right, who got 4 of the application? then?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I only got 1. I swear.
I only got 4.
What's this one? Did you get 4 of something, Tom?
So if somebody's missing this, there's 2 pieces of this.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you all got 2 of those maps.
I got extra.
I'm so confused.
I've got 3 of these maps. Four of these maps. I don't know if that's
That's the one driveway.
what- minutes.
Where's Tyler?
Hmm?
Tyler.
Do I don't see a wetland. Damn. On this.
That's a simple.
Oh, there it is. It's over here on the corner. This is over in February.
Public hearing. 5 years.
What is it? I thought we didn't do it between March and what, November?
Is this agricultural?
Mhm. That's what it says.
Excuse me?
Agricultural.
It's rural agriculture.
I believe so.
Maybe not. I got a driveway permit.
And there's Ben Wadley. It goes all the way to Ben Wadley.
I got it in the mail. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Is this on?
Red is on.
All right, does everyone have,
What's with the PD?
yeah, does everyone have the application?
I'll make a motion to bring the application to the table.
I'll second it.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, now we can bring it, look at it. It's gonna take a minute. We look over the application and then we decide if it's complete or not.
Oh, it's over here. Yes. No, I don't.
Everyone have a chance to?
Yeah.
Review?
Eric, you need to talk into the mic.
Sorry, is
Bring it up close.
that better? Is
Yep.
that better?
Much
It
better.
looks reasonably complete to me. I make a motion to accept the application.
Second?
Motion a second. Any other discussion?
I just have a comment. Considering it's Range Road, there is no letter from the Tilton Northfield Fire Department ascertaining adequate emergency vehicle access to the property.
We can make it a requirement.
We can make it a requirement,
Yeah.
so I'm just pointing it out.
We would always do that.
What about Range Road specifically is problematic?
Not maintained by the town, and it will
Okay.
remain not maintained,
So is it a class 6 private road?
subject to gates and bars,
It's a
yeah.
Class 6
Oh, it's a
public road.
town road. We just don't maintain it anymore.
Okay.
Any other comments?
No, we just
Yes,
have to
Mr.
make
Chair.
a
Yeah.
condition.
All those, I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah, one of the concerns I have is on this application is that, I forget if it's page 3 or 4. This is an application for a subdivision only? Is this an application to build 4 houses, or is this an application for just the gradients? And I don't understand what this application is for.
It's an application
To subdivide.
subdivided into 4
Just-
residential
Just to
lots.
subdivide it, that's it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing more,
Correct.
okay?
Any other comments?
Why is it on page 3, there's no proposed grades and contours or drainage systems? Or proposed storm drainage, including location, elevation, layout of each catch basin, and other surface drainage features? Why isn't that included?
It's a subdivision.
What's that mean? There's no drainage?
It just means the applicant doesn't feel it's necessary for the subdivision. After you've studied the plan, if the planning board feels it's necessary, we can ask for that.
I don't understand which way the land is sloping, and, I just don't understand this.
It's on the second large blueprint.
Second large blueprint. I don't have second large blueprint. So that's why I'm asking these
What
questions.
do we got, just 2 copies on the table?
This one has
That
the,
gets
Here,
started.
here's
We don't
one.
have a second.
We don't have a second.
That has the contours.
Here it is.
This one has
the
contours.
contour lines.
Oh,
One of the ones you got in the packet should have it.
I didn't get that.
Okay.
This has the contours in it.
You got the contours?
Okay.
I did have the extras.
I never looked at the maps.
All right. Any other comments on the application? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. All right. Mr. Minery, just make sure you talk into the microphone, please.
You got it. How's
Thank
that?
you. Perfect.
Speak.
So I'm Kyle Minery. I'm the property owner of 35 Range Road, Tilton. I'm proposing for permission to turn a single residential lot now currently into 3 additional residential single-family lots. In regards to answering your question, Tom, we are looking right now to just get approval on subdivision. So we weren't going to go through the process of septic designs, all that stuff until we knew that the lot was subdividable. And then from there, pursue those.
Well, I'm a neighbor of yours,
Okay.
okay? So I have a little bit more intuition into this than a lot of people do. My other concern is it's a class 6 road. And according to what I have heard, that the person that lives on the end of the road is responsible for snow removal. Is that true?
I don't know. I did maintain snow removal this year. I'm not the last residence on the end of the road. There is a cabin at the end of the road that they occupy that weekends year round. But I did maintain that all winter.
You're going to do that at your own expense?
I have done that so far, yes.
That's one concern. Okay.
So I think it may be worth clarifying, this is just a property subdivision application, not an application to build a subdivision on the property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. So these lots could potentially be sold to different buyers and developed as, single family homes at different points in time? Or are you planning to put, 4 homes on the property yourself after it's been subdivided?
So right now there is 1 current home, so it would be 3 additional homes. As of right now, I don't know what direction I would look to go in. I would, if all goes as planned, I would potentially propose to construct 3 new single-family homes there. But it could be as simple as putting in driveways and selling the lots so people could build what they wanted to build. I don't necessarily have that nailed down. If I knew every inch of that, I would have more information on that.
Okay, thank you.
Could you please tell me on this map where the egress is? And I see a dotted solid line, parallel line here. Is that the driveway? And is that going to be a common driveway?
So if you're coming off of Caliph Hill Road and you're on the Range Road, the first 2 lots will share a common driveway for the first approximately 150 feet there. That's essentially to minimize the wetland crossing that would need to occur there to get access to those spots that are buildable on the lots. So after speaking with New Hampshire DES, they recommended going that route to have less impact there.
Yep.
So that's what we entertained. And then the third lot in from there would have, you can see where the existing driveway for 35 Range Road, that's where we right now see fit for bringing a driveway into that. And then the Range Road driveway would now come from its frontage and come up to the house.
What I see here on the map for the second driveway, it says new drive location. Yeah. Okay, can I bring your attention to that?
Yep.
And that's the location that is existing right now? And you want to use that to service the other lot that you want to subdivide?
Yeah, so at one point in time, when that property was logged, there's a roadway to get out there at this point, and that's what that new common drive is on there as. So there is, here there is access that right now currently gets out to these buildable areas.
No, I'm talking about the one that's up higher right now.
This one.
Nope. Right there. Okay,
Okay.
is that a common driveway for your, the the furthest lot and the next one to it?
No, they will have two individual driveways.
Okay, okay, now I'm confused. All right, now I see it, okay. Thank you for pointing that out to me. So you have a driveway at the last lot, and then you have another driveway at the next previous one, and then you have a common driveway for two lots further up.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. My concern is twofold. One is your snow removal, and at some point in time, there's only two cars can't pass each other going down that road. You are aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. So if one car meets another car, somebody's got to back up. I've been down the road, so I know that.
Okay.
Now, just to be clear of where you are now, there is another shack down the road to the left,
Correct.
and that's a gentleman from Maryland, I believe?
Correct.
Okay. And he's okay with all of this?
I have not confirmed with him. I would assume.
Okay.
We have a butters here.
I mean, you have a butters here that, you have to, I know that they're here. I mean, I know that they've been notified.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. They're all good?
Yeah, I would feel that they would express their concerns if they had them. I didn't go knocking door to door.
No, I understand that, but nobody's expressed any concerns to you.
No, sir.
That's what I'm concerned about.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
It hasn't, this meeting has not been open to the public for public comment yet, so we don't know about abutters. Unless Mr. Minery has that, but we haven't opened it up to the public, and there could be abutters here, there could not be abutters here.
Right. And then in regards to the roadway, and back to Ms. Dawson's concern of fire access, I did meet with the deputy fire chief last Friday. Kind of talked through the whole application with him. He does want to see us widen that roadway to a 20-foot roadway that can be maintained by 20 foot as plowed. So we're more than happy to do that if the town allows us to do that. And so that's kind of where that stands, and that would then allow that to be passable by two vehicles.
20 feet?
That would be a meeting between the
No.
board,
You'd be
him and the
door
board of
handles.
selectmen, I believe. That would be a meeting that you would have to have with the board of selectmen, because they have it's their road, more, if you will.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and at this point, we do have an agreement with the Board of Selectmen that it will stay maintained by the property owners, and that has been approved. So we did have that conversation, not necessarily about widening it. That was not part of it because we had not talked to fire at that point. But that's where we stand with that right now.
So I guess just for my own clarification, how many people live on Range Road, and are all of the property owners required to do the snow clearance, or
No.
is there like some kind of an association or something? Because if this isn't the first house or the last house, it feels weird that this specific owner would be responsible for the removal of the entire road versus just what's in front of their property.
So if you're asking Class 6 road, Range Road used to go from Franklin across the town. Now we have Pest House Road, which was part of Range Road, and then Range Road. And Range Road has two ends, one off of School Street. There is a home on School Street, the School Street section of Range Road, and the selectmen have a similar agreement with them. The town's not going to maintain the roads, therefore the property owner needs to. Pest House Road, those people that live on the Franklin end, the same type of agreement. And then where we are now, the same type of agreement. There is no agreement with the town as to who's going to maintain it. The town has said the town will not maintain it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments from the board? Questions?
I have a couple of, I have a suggestion on the road maintenance issue. I don't know if we can require it, but I'm thinking that perhaps somewhere in the deeds maybe to these properties, there's got to be something that lets these people know that the town's not maintaining the road, so therefore they need to. I know that some deeds reflect that it's a shared responsibility, but somehow got to be something somewhere.
And I guess this kind of just
Affected
begs the
buyers.
question, why does the town not make it, a private class 6 road? Because I believe the town itself just has right-of-way easements through the properties in order to build the road, correct?
Not on the range road. The range roads were created by the King of England before we were the United States.
Okay.
And so they were taken. The property under Range Road was taken and given to the towns. So we own underneath.
Okay. But yeah, that's
But you're
That's
right.
neither
a lot
here
of
nor
roads,
there, I guess.
A lot of roads are like that. Route 3 is like that.
Would, Mr. Minery said that there's a agreement with the Board of Selectmen.
Mhm. Yes.
So how would we make that agreement? Maybe to answer your concern, to have that agreement as part of the deed or
We can register it with the Registry of Deeds.
the register, this way, when it's subdivided and you go look at that, it's, because you have to have, I would imagine you have to have some type of, I don't know, easement's not the right word, because they have to have permission,
Agreement.
an agreement, to make this, so that people do understand that, hey, that road washed out and
So
They need to know
is that
it's
something
an
we'd apply
expense.
to all property owners on those roads then?
Anybody that wants to build on it, the town.
What about existing, because existing property owners are currently responsible for it. Would we be making some kind of, change or enforcement for, current landowners as well? Because I'm almost like, I'm not sure this seems like a planning board thing, because the Tilton Northfield Fire District is a separate municipal entity than the town of Tilton, and they're the ones that have the access requirements for the trucks. So that would be something between the fire district and the property owners, or the fire district and the town, since it's a town road that we're not maintaining.
Well, the fire district has required the property owner to widen the road. So now the property owner needs to come to the Board of Selectmen and say, let us know what's going on and may I widen the road? And then the Board of Selectmen will either say yes or no. But as far as the maintenance of the road, there is no agreement to maintain that road with anyone. So the existing property owner on the road knows this. The planning board can't require him to put it in his deed because it is what it is. But right now we have an opportunity to make sure that these future buyers of these properties are well aware that they're going to be maintaining that road or hiring somebody to maintain the road. Because it's not just winter, I mean, washouts and
Yeah, no, it's
you live on a
Mud
dirt
paving
road.
every.
Rain is not your friend.
nowhere's
Eric,
March or April.
Eric.
Yes.
I just want to mention that because what they signed with the selectmen is recorded at the registry of deeds, when somebody buys a property, a title search is done. So they will have that as part of their title search. So they will know because it's recorded at the registry.
Nice.
Yeah. And they won't have,
That takes care of it.
Your road's like that.
yes.
All right. Any other comments from the board?
Not yet.
I am going to open it to the public that's present here in the room. Is there anyone from the public that would like to make a comment?
Well, you can't see it on the screen, but I can.
Yeah, no, I'll open it up to the public. Yeah, yes, sir. If we can ask you to go to the microphone, just because we want to make sure it's on the record, just make sure you state your name and, oh, here comes Vanna White with the microphone. It's like karaoke.
My name is Nick Caradona. I'm a property owner on the left-hand side of the main road to the range road, quite a ways in, about 30 some odd acres. Wouldn't it be to the town's benefit to upgrade that road all the way down to School Street? There's some beautiful house lots in there. And, it'd be a benefit for the town, I should think. That's what I've been hoping for as a landowner for all these years. I've been here 40 years, and I'm sort of landlocked with some beautiful house lots that I could probably take advantage of, and somebody could put up some beautiful houses, And this gentleman here, I guess he had sort of the same idea. But wouldn't it be to the town's benefit to upgrade that road all the way down to School Street?
Board of Selectmen's question.
That's really
Planning board.
that's a question you'd want to present to the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
It's not our determination. The Board of Selectmen owns the road. They represent the town, and that they would make that final say.
And some years ago, there was something in effect that once there were 6 houses on that road, that the town would upgrade the road all the way down to School Street. And then it was struck down at a meeting, and we sort of lost that deal,
Yep.
But this gentleman here is talking about 4 house lots. I got quite a bit of land there myself, with a few house lots, and then all the way down to School Street from there. Some nice land there. To upgrade that road would be a benefit, I should think.
Talk right into the mic. I think they might be hard to hear. They have to take the recording.
This way? Oh, okay, that's better. Can you hear me okay now?
Much better.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
I say, that'd be to the town's benefit to upgrade that road all the way down. This gentleman seems to have the same idea, and I own a lot of land on the left-hand side across from him, and there's some beautiful house lots all the way down to School Street that could be taxpayer money coming in once the land was upgraded. And at one time, it was said that once there were 6 house lots on the road, that the town would upgrade the road, and then it was struck down at a meeting, and we sort of lost that deal,
Again, I would recommend that you go to the Board of Selectmen, because
Yeah.
we have no say over the road. I will just quickly give you the definition here in the town of a Class 6 road. Means a right-of-way which has been either 1, discontinued and made subject to gates and bars by a town meeting vote, or 2, not maintained by the town for a period of 5 years or more.
Yeah.
So it's purely
Up to them.
Board of
huh?
Selectmen, and they meet the 1st and 3rd Thursday of the month,
They're meeting
Still?
this Thursday.
Approximately.
approximately.
Yeah.
So I believe you have to have any requests to be on the agenda by 12 noon on Monday. So if you email the town administrator or the board,
Mhm.
or talk to a
Well,
member
maybe
of the
this gentleman over
board.
here saying he wants to, put some house lots up, he could start things going in the right direction there. I'm all for it. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other? Oh, there's another one right there.
Hi, Dan Swain on Butter. Just curious, is this a variance we're looking for here? No, so this is just asking for a subdivision. And this, I believe we're in a rural agricultural zone, which is a 6-acre minimum with a 250-foot road frontage. Does that apply to backlots?
The 6 acres is
Oh,
just
it's
back
3
lot.
acres. It's
It's
3
That's
3
not-
acres.
that's not
3 acres
correct?
dry.
Backland is 6, I believe.
Yeah, it's 6.
Yeah.
3 acres
So
dry.
since it
6
has
acres
the road frontage, it's the 3-acre requirement, correct?
With or without sewer, I think it's 3, right?
3 acres dry.
Backland is
The
6.
backland is 6, yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, I've got,
I'm
I
looking
have
for
the
the
chart.
paper. Sorry. Oh, I found it.
Yeah, no,
And he's
because
got that
I
here.
did want to make sure
I had it.
that all the units did have the minimums as far as the frontage and the acreage.
Thank you.
And so if you look at the lot synopsis at the top left, they are all more than 3 acres and more than 250 feet of frontage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Just getting back to the
Oh, I got to bring it back to the board after I close I believe there's someone online. I can't see the online part, but I believe there was someone online before we put that image up. Is there anyone online that would like to make a comment?
Yeah, this is Chuck Mitchell, Caleb Hill Road. I think the point about having the road meeting
Are they
the
muted
proper
or?
specs. Can you hear me?
1 second.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, there we
can
go.
hear you.
Wait, there's a voice.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, if you could just identify yourself for the record, please.
I did. It's Chuck Mitchell, Caleb Hill Road. I think that the point of making sure that if there's going to be a subdivision, that the proper conditions are met with the widening of the road to the 20 feet, which is required by the fire department. Thank you.
Have that as a condition.
Yep, I believe we do. Well,
Can we,
maybe.
if it's a select board thing?
Yes, we require the 20 feet.
Okay.
Yep.
The select board will either say
All
yes
right.
or no.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else from the public? I'm going to close it to the public and I'll bring it back to the board.
So given that it is at a town road, is the town not obligated to maintain it?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Because it's a class 6 road.
So it's a class 6 private road, but it's still
Not
a town
private.
road?
No, it's public.
It's a class 6 public road. They're all over the state. They're everywhere.
I drive them all the time.
Yeah.
Every day.
It
Trust
seems
me.
like it would be in the best interest of the town to just sell the road to the residents of the street and let it be maintained as a private road, but
That's
not
always
something for us to decide.
Possibility.
That has to go to Concord. It does.
Has to go to the Board of Selectmen. And
Well, after it goes there, it has to go to Concord.
Yeah.
Back to the legislature.
They would probably be in favor of having less state-owned
All,
roads.
all
I
depends.
have a question.
All depends
Eric.
on what they're thinking that day.
Chairman?
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
I may have missed this. It may have been asked. I may have been studying too hard. On the, what is it, 1-2 third lot in, just below the one with the existing building on it, there is, it almost looks like a woods road. Now I see the gravel driveway to be discontinued. Is this the logging road you described before?
No, that's currently the driveway to service 35 Range Road.
.35 Range Road.
Which is the only existing house currently owns this parcel.
I'm sorry, say that again?
So
But the house
The one
is
with the house,
35.
Catherine.
I thought that
Okay.
was this little,
No,
That's gonna be the new one.
because this, it's going through the proposed 75-foot well protection radius, which it cannot.
It's not on that screen, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are we looking at the same thing? Am I not describing it well?
No, I
Not
hear
on
you
that screen.
for the new drive location as well as the existing drive.
You can come see it over here, because I don't see it on that. Sorry.
Just make sure you speak into the
This is what I'm
microphone.
talking about. Is that to be discontinued?
Oh, this is wetland buffer.
This is, but I'm talking about this.
So these are the town required setbacks. This is your 100
Okay,
feet
this
for
is
building.
the setback. Okay, I
Yeah, and
saw
then
it
that's your
down here,
125
but I
for
didn't
septic.
see it here. Okay, thank
Yep.
you. Yep. That answers that. Good, thank you.
Any other comments? All right. Any motions that anyone would like to make?
I'll make a motion to,
You need to speak up, Jane.
okay, I'll make a motion to accept the site plan review for subdivision for tax map R13 lot 06 into 4 residential lots. Map R, planning board case 24-05, 35 Range Road.
Any conditions?
Condition is that we meet the
20 foot.
requirement of the 20-foot width per the fire department's request.
That's perfectly doable, so that sounds good.
Wasn't there another one somebody mentioned?
I
We
think it
had
was,
talked about the maintenance of the road.
It's
That's not
if
a
it's recorded
condition.
at the registry.
That's
Yes,
not a
yeah, but I
condition.
wasn't
That
sure
was,
if that's something that we
I
had to
think
put
that's all we
as
can-
a,
that's all
we
can-
yeah, that's all,
condition.
all we can
Okay.
do.
I thought there was
That's a covenant.
yeah, that's the word.
Covenant.
Second?
Motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that goes here. All right, so I got that one. I'm so confused.
The next
Yeah.
one, just like,
Well, hold on,
because you know,
Pat.
paperwork.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
they're-
conceptual.
Yeah, they're just, yeah.
Pat, on this agenda, the next one, the one that was in my packet is not on there anymore.
He withdrew
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
on Clark Road.
Yeah,
He withdrew.
okay, thank you. I just want to make sure. I read it a few days ago and the memory. All right. Next on our agenda is a conceptual consultation. Jeff Witherell. Sorry if I butchered that. All right, thank you. Map R26, Lot 34, 495 West Main Street in the General Commercial District to construct 10 buildings with 8 apartments in each building. Mr. Witherell.
Yes, sir. What, I mean, all I have is the, I don't know if you want to see it here. I have the assessor's plate. You want to put it up here?
What is it?
The assessor's plate. It just shows the lots.
Oh, yep.
Tim.
Mr. Pearson behind you can help you. Because I don't know how to work that, so.
Neither do I.
They don't teach you that in planning board school.
Where is this about?
That's what I was Googling right now. I think I know, but I don't.
It's,
I think it's just past the high school.
It's like behind, you know where Lockhart Tool Co. was? It's behind that whole thing.
Yeah.
It has a lot right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got that 30, the one that's for sale, that's like
That's right.
150
It's got that
grand
house
that
on
had
it.
the house demoed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just after the baseball field if you're going down West Main Street towards Franklin.
But they used to, fire department used to do training there.
I'll just hand it.
All right. Oh, boy. Well, that's, oh,
Yeah. That's way back close to the house.
oh, it just needed to be in the microphone,
Oh, okay,
that's all.
I know the
Because
high school, okay.
you want to start with Mr. Damon?
Minimum lot frontage.
It's a bad thing about an iPad. I can't.
31.87 acres. 31.87?
What is the zone? Is it?
General commercial.
So, yeah. It's about 30 acres, zone general commercial, which is also part of the issue, right? It needs to be rezoned. or get an exception to build residential on it, right? So I have to go to the zoning board of appeals.
Well, it says no residential permitted.
Right, so I'd have to go to the zoning board of appeals to get an appeal.
Yes.
Well, a variance, right? Wouldn't it
Right,
be?
Yes.
so, okay, but I gotta start somewhere, so getting here was a little bit difficult. Patricia was nice enough to direct me and get me on the agenda here. So I was also told that sewer was not available there. The broker told me there was. When I called the city, there was, or the town, there was comments that you couldn't bring sewer up there. That was just one person telling me that. So the engineer, the civil engineer, looked into it. He thought that it would be easy enough, expensive, but easy enough to extend sewer up to the property, most likely gravity, so we wouldn't need a pump, but maybe there needs a pump. So I think the sewer part can be answered. Because I wouldn't be interested in building 80 apartments if you didn't have sewer, right? I mean, you can put it on septic, but those usually fail at that size. So I'm just trying to figure out where to start in this town. You know, it's 30 acres. It's back property, so there's no real frontage to speak of. So I don't think commercial is going to work, but that's my opinion. Maybe self-storage might go up there, but you're not going to use much for, no one's going to build an office building up there, and car dealerships and things like that all need frontage. So I don't know what else commercial you'd use. So I thought it might make sense for apartments. Talking to the owner of the property. So that's why I'm here, to see if that's something that the town is interested in. If you don't build 80 units, you probably can't afford to bring the sewer down and build apartments there. So it's conceptual, right? And it can be 10 buildings of 8 units. It could be 3 buildings. There's wetlands on the property that I have to get mapped. So I'm willing to start to put some money into it. But if there's just objection to apartments, then I wouldn't do it.
I think your first hurdle is the zoning board of adjustment.
Yep.
It is, and I'm happy to go, but I conceptually wanted to come to see if this is something that, I mean, I was kind of told, come talk to you about it. So that's what I'm doing.
So I guess it would start at the zoning board of adjustment to allow residential on that lot. But
The density, you'd have to get a variance for the density
well,
and to allow residential on the GC.
yeah, because the table of dimensional values doesn't have anything as there's
nope.
Right.
we do have the there is a 4-unit maximum for multifamilies with a permitted exception based on maximum density if you're doing a cluster development. But we that's just not defined because
I'm fully aware it's not defined, and that's part of, the issue. And because it's on Main Street, it's walkable to things, to the school, but it's walkable to other services and things like that. So as opposed to putting apartments out where everybody has to be in a car, all the time, it looks like it's the site that would make sense to me.
Right.
I mean, just.
And I know you can't approve it tonight, but I'm just trying to start somewhere.
Well, but I mean, if you don't get ZBA approval, you're dead in the water, so to speak.
I understood, but I just think what has to come into effect is, is the planning board, somewhat amenable to it, right? So, because then the zoning board of appeals might be like, well, some people think there should be some there, right? And I think from the standpoint of that particular site being able to generate commercial tax revenue to the town, I think is limited. So I don't know whose jurisdiction that is. Is that the selectmen? Is that the board of appeals? Is it you? I don't think it's you. To a certain extent, maybe you have a say in that. But I think that's what has to be looked at from this property. Is it's probably going to stay in its current use, which is grass and trees, for a long period of time. I don't think you get the commercial revenue from it in today's world.
The planning board doesn't typically decide yes or no, whether we like it or not. We're here to make sure it confirms with the site plan, subdivision, and zoning regulations. Only
Right.
on rare occasions, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think we've ever said no. You know,
He said no to 4 units.
Oh, no, I mean, the planning board
As a
to
whole.
say, no, we're not going to approve apartments, or we're not going to approve another auto dealership.
Right.
Or,
But in
our-
my experience, the zoning board of appeals may not get into all the things the planning board would on there.
That's correct.
You know,
They wouldn't, but you've still got to really start there.
I understand. I just not trying to take up your time. Like I said, I had a pretty good conversation and suggested I come and talk to you, and I'm happy to do it. You know, putting up plans and all that stuff and spending money obviously wouldn't have been smart and would have been a waste of time for you folks as well.
One of the things that I would like to mention
Yep.
is that you want to put 80 units in, okay? Now, 80 units are 2 people a unit, that's 160 people. And my concern is the impact it has on the town,
Yep.
on the services of the town, whether we need to have, buy another fire truck, add another police officer, okay? And all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's not, this is not the time or place for that type of comment. He's trying to get advice as to where
I'm
he
giving
needs
him
it.
advice, if you let me continue. But if you don't want to let me continue, tell me, bang me out of order.
You're out of order. I mean,
Okay.
it's,
Have a nice day.
So I would say even given the minimum lot sizes being typically 1 acre per unit, even with sewer, 30 units would be where you'd be at as far as how a density table would table of dimensional values would be calculated. And if you're looking at 80 units, you're then looking at having to sprinkler the buildings,
Oh, yeah.
because you've gone over the 5-unit threshold, and I think potentially even more cost expensive than sewer would be the water, the pump house required to pressurize it for a fire suppression system. So I think you would really want to talk with the town sewer and then the Tilton Northfield Water District as to whether they can they could even support fire suppression and water for that many people in that area, and whether the cost would be reasonable.
Understood. I mean, there's 4 competing things going on here at the same time.
Unfortunately, in the town of Tilton, we're not a one-stop, get all your answers. It's you got to go see.
I appreciate that. I just
The water district is its own thing.
Sewer district.
So the sewer commission, it's part of the town, but like the town has no say in the water. So,
But that may have water. That's what we're just having a discussion.
That's not sure.
We're not how far. We don't know how far water goes up. The school obviously has water.
Right. The engineer had stated that water and sewer technically could be brought there if the town allowed it, right, in this capacity. At least that's what he said initially. So that was the first volley. Now it's back to, and again, I don't know who in what town kind of has a mandate. I mean, we all know New Hampshire needs housing. We need apartments. We need workforce housing. We all know we need that.
Yes.
And some towns have a mandate for that. I didn't know if you do or not. I couldn't find it. So that's why I'm here.
I believe the state has a mandate for that.
yeah, I think the state.
The state certainly has a mandate for housing. And until I can figure out costs, I don't know would it be workforce housing in here or not, partially. I mean, the Massachusetts, those are the mandates, right? This much for affordable, this much for workforce, this much can be market. It's complicated to say the least.
The ZBA is going to be stop number 1.
I appreciate
And I don't know when the next time they meet. Is it in June?
No,
Oh, is he able to get on the agenda for the next?
no, it's full.
That's cool. All right.
Maybe I'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
And then just a clarification, the water is not the town of Tilton. It's
No.
so
The
it's
water
you don't even have
Water
to.
district.
And it
Yeah,
may
so that
go
even
that
just
far.
makes it, you know.
Okay.
The Roman Joe's is right across
I
the
want to
street.
say there's a fire hydrant right there, but
There is.
yeah,
So
so you got water.
Well, the reason I am questioning is because the fire department, there was a house on that property
Right.
that the fire department used for training
okay.
at one time. So they must have had water there
Yeah.
in order to do that.
Yeah, and again, I think the capacity, the sewer has capacity. I think it can be brought. So it's really just a mandate of zoning board, and then I guess I don't know how you guys you folks figure out apartments and how many and all that other stuff. So
And where does sewer
Yeah,
stop?
I would start with
Like the high
Water.
school.
the water district and then sewer, because it you may find out about feasibility before even talking to
Zoning.
the zoning board. But
that's great.
yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
where
it. It's very
I would
helpful.
start, because I know there was one project where it was going to be, they were looking at hopefully staying around $1 million, and it would be $1 million for the almost mile of pipe and pump house to get water to the facility. So it can be a much more challenging expenditure than
don't
people
know
would
that,
expect.
Right.
Yep.
We don't know that.
It always
Yeah,
is.
we don't know that.
So,
It
So-
always is. So
All right.
okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Interesting. Thank you. All right. I got one more case, then we'll get to you. Sorry.
Do we?
I just wanted to hear what's going on, so I'm good.
Oh,
He misses us.
he was driving by. Oh, it's Tuesday night. I got to stop at town hall and see what's going on. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. Have a great night. Remember, tomorrow is a national holiday.
Wait, we have one more thing, right?
Yep. Next on our agenda is a conceptual consultation with Christine Dembitsky,
Oh,
246 Caleb Hill Road, map
you have those
R,
copies?
lot 3-5, future subdivision.
You got him right there. You
Oh,
got
look,
it.
it's one of our own.
Here. Here, honey.
No singing.
I did
We
bring
still-
copies. Hello? Okay, everybody here doesn't know my property, or do they?
No idea.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I'm on Caleb Hill. Caleb Hill Road.
Here,
Give it to
here, I'll help you with
that's
the
a
map.
snake.
That's why I was gonna use this to speak in. So I did bring copies, but Janet's busy right now. So this is my property. You wanna come over here?
Is that a road? Is that
It's an easement all the way to here. There's already a partial house here. So I live here. And then this already has a 2-stall garage, a well, and, hey, thank you. So you can have a smaller version.
Thank you.
This just doesn't have all the stuff on it.
Thank you.
So this house in the back has already been approved, and then the middle line on this here is where it is currently subdivided, right here. You can see it on your map.
Right
But
here.
this is the current right here, okay? So
Is it currently one property or two properties?
it's 2.
Okay.
And so my daughters and her husband just moved back from California, and they're actually building on this. It was supposed to be me and my husband, and we were going to sell this. But things have changed. So they're building on here, and I want to give this property to my middle daughter when I pass. So I'm trying to get this ready for my trust. And I have one more daughter. So I'm trying to see if I can subdivide here or move this line back over here and go across the easement here. I know this is wetlands. I wanted to see if there was anything you guys see that is a problem.
So you own the easement?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I own all that.
Okay, all right.
The intention is to still keep the land in my name, even though they're in the trust.
I would almost think the easiest thing to do would be to do.
Make sure you speak on the microphone, please. Sorry.
It may be easiest to do a lot merger to create one property potentially and then split it into 5, or?
No, I only need 3, and it's for my 3 children, and so that there's no issues when I pass on. So I want to put this with my trust because I'm going to give the current house that I'm living in to my middle daughter. My oldest is building here, excuse me, and I want to add the 3rd one, so there's no fighting.
So essentially you're talking about a lot line adjustment and then a
Yes.
subdivision of this back piece?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how are you going to divide the back piece?
Well, the engineer did this first, and then I said, well, I want to make sure, equal lottage, so I didn't know if I could go across the easement, and then the rest would be one. Or what I would do if I do this way, this whole piece here will be green space, and all 3 will own it at once. They can't build on it because there's wetlands. So I'm trying to be fair to each kid. So right now he put the line here and here, reducing this one, and then this one would be 1, and this one would be 1. But I want to be able to continue this one because otherwise I have to be fair to all. This has to be green space because I just want to go across here and then I'll be done. But I didn't know if there's any issues.
Well, you have the wetlands.
Right, which
So
shows right
he
on
has
here.
to take into consideration the 75-foot well radius
Mm-hmm.
and then the setback for the septic system for the new lot back here.
Yeah, and we have to be 50 feet from the wetlands. I know that.
Right.
Just to
so-
build. Yeah.
And yeah,
So that's why he moved the line this way, because there's a wetland right here, to give a buildable lot here. This is not buildable.
What are the contours like up in this back?
Let's see.
Is it relatively flat or is it steep slopes?
On this side is actually ledge. This side is actually flatter where you can't build because of the wetlands and stuff.
But
But on this side,
they could build up in this corner, right?
yes. Well, like I said, I'm going to keep it all in my name, and she's not going to go anywhere.
So if you use,
This would
just
be-
a suggestion, if you use the easement
Yeah.
and then come off the cul-de-sac to create 2 lots back here. Does that give you enough acreage?
So like this, okay.
Yeah.
Put that anywhere.
One of the reasons we went up here was this daughter doesn't want to be deep in the woods. So it's just her preference. Yeah. But I'm going to do what, I need to do.
I mean,
I'm just thinking with the setbacks.
Yeah. I mean, it is much clearer on that
If you're
section
gonna,
here.
yeah,
if you're gonna
because,
subdivide
because
it-
once you, sorry.
Well, that's not really in the woods, is it?
Yes,
It is,
I'm
okay.
at his caliph
Okay,
here.
all right, yeah. I've
And
been-
then
I've
from
been
my
back there,
driveway
so
just
I'm
to
trying to be-
about
I-
here is
okay.
1,700 feet.
Okay.
Caleb Hill is in the woods, you know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she knows that, right?
Trees can be cut down and then it's less woodsy.
Don't
Well,
say
we
that.
are already, because Eversource is coming in, we are clearing on the side of the easement for the poles because I don't want them on, they just plop them right on the road and I want them off off this, so, plowing and whatnot. But I'm thinking to go like this, and then I have the back lot as one. I will tell her about that. And this little spot is wetlands too, right here.
That little round spot.
On the corner.
Yeah.
So I haven't finalized it. I just want to add this one additional lot. So this is just going to be 3 lots total. Like I said, I want to keep the land still, even though she's building here, I'm keeping the land in my name. It'll be all in the trust. It's currently in trust now.
I would say the big thing is you really want to figure out the home site locations, because it's the state regulations around wells and septics.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because like that could catch you up as, you subdivide and then you're suddenly 10 feet short because
I think this pin must be the well for this house here, because the well's already there.
I was gonna say, I think that's where you put.
It's
I
already there.
remember,
The
yeah.
septic is on this side. It would only be like if she had to be over here, we'd have plenty of room. And it also gives her closer access instead of being in the woods.
That's funny. California one doesn't mind being in the woods.
No.
But you said that was ledge, so is it buildable?
Yes, there is. So on this person's property, there is like a opening somewhere around here, and that's about the flattest spot there. Otherwise, she'll have to blow the ledge. I already told her.
Well, 'cause otherwise, back there
This
makes
would
more
be
sense.
easiest, yes.
I mean,
But
you're not going to care because you're not going to be here.
I know. But I'm just
Yeah.
trying to do the right thing.
Being
And if I
realistic.
can go
I know.
across the easement, I'll do this one. Otherwise, I'll just go, across here. And then she'll be over here.
Yeah.
The reason of appeasement is I don't want it sold. I don't want this. I want if they want to keep it in the family, I just want to keep it, and not have, but I can't control it after I know. So.
I think you're limited by the setbacks and as Nathan said, the well radius and the septic.
Yeah.
With the wetlands.
And
So
because
this
that's
one
something
has
we have no
wetlands
control
here.
over.
This is, I think, 7-something acres, but there's 3 acres dry because he called it upland, and I just learned that. So there is 3 acres dry.
If you don't want your kids to sell it, you could just merge it into one property, build all the houses,
You can't.
and then you can't build
You
that
can only
many.
have 1 residential dwelling per lot.
So that's where they've got you.
That would lead me to my second question. Is there rules as to how big or small an accessory dwelling is?
I believe the ADU is
Wasn't it small?
up to
Is it
1,000 feet
750?
or 90%
750,
of
isn't
the
it?
square footage.
It used to be
Okay, so then
750,
that-
but they changed the RSA, and I don't
Yeah.
know what it is now.
Yeah, there is a limit.
They changed the RSA, and I'm not sure. Can you look up the RSA?
That's what I'm trying to do. But
Yeah, no, I'm almost certain it can be up to 1,000, but
Number
it has to be
2
at
on
least
the
600.
table of dimensional values.
Depends on whether it's attached or detached.
Right.
oh, it's only 36 pages.
Because I think when that came out, they originally wanted all attached, and then they changed
did.
that.
They changed it.
Yeah. So
This
does
is
it
a
say 1,000 on there, or?
It doesn't really say. I don't have a copy of the zoning ordinance.
I'm looking.
I just
Okay.
realized.
I'm just looking at the it's a New Hampshire municipal helpful document. So pardon me because it's 36
That's okay.
pages.
What's that?
So at least per our zoning, it attached ADUs.
I think those are attached, though, aren't they?
And I think that's an old version that you have,
Yeah.
because I have the same one.
Detached accessory dwelling unit to municipalities not required, but may permit detached accessory dwelling units. Detached accessory dwelling units shall comply with the requirements of and any municipal ordinances or regulations pursuant to RSA 674:72 IV. Is that 6(4) through 9?
F4. So that
IX.
means it's up to the town.
So our ADU is no more than 35% or 750 square feet, whichever is greater of the living space, the area of a house that is above.
That's still the
750
attached,
still
though.
there, yeah.
I think the detached is going to be
I don't.
similar.
There's not a separate. The
Right.
ADU applies to you whether it's attached or detached. It's just an
Okay.
attached needs to have a door, so it's not a duplex, and the detached it doesn't. So up to 750, minimum 600. I believe that's what they set for tiny homes at the state level. But if you have a 3,000 square foot home, you could, get almost a 1,000 at the 35% mark.
But it's limited to 750.
No more than 35%
Oh,
or 750 square feet,
So 700.
whichever is greater. So 750
is the,
Maximum.
or so you take the greater. So if you built a 3,500 square foot house,
right, and then
You
30
would-
something percent of that.
yeah, the
Okay.
35% of that would be
Okay. So my options are, this back lot looks good, and then if this meets setbacks and everything, is there a problem going across the easement?
nope,
Okay.
because
The easement,
that's typically how people access like landlocked lots,
Yeah,
where they just
yeah.
have an access easement. So
Okay,
Okay,
that's all I need.
thank you.
Thank you for coming before us.
Now
Eric?
I'm finalizing.
Yeah, this is Chuck. Can I just make a comment just to refresh people's memory that the town has a 125-foot setback from wetlands for septic systems.
125.
125.
125, yep.
Thank you, Chuck.
isn't the state setback 150 feet?
It's over there.
Sorry.
That's all right. We can be stricter.
Right,
than
no.
the state.
I thought the state was stricter than, because I thought the state was 150 and we're 125.
We were stricter for a while, but I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, no,
It's 120. It's noted on.
because I
the
looked
plan.
at what was supposed to be a buildable lot,
125 is
but you couldn't put
125.
the well and the septic and any structure without going over the
Wow.
property lines or running into the other.
Wow.
All right. Next on our agenda is approval of the minutes of April 23rd, 2024. I did not get a copy. Were they emailed or?
Came in
Look at
the,
that.
came in the
I
packet.
Magic.
got a copy. That I got a copy of.
I just had them.
I didn't get that
I
one.
seem to have lost them. I do that often.
The Postal Service, they went
They're
through everyone's
mine.
mail and switched over. Nate just gave me a copy. Do you need a copy of it?
Oh no, I read it. I had it.
Do we not have a driveway permit?
We do have the drive. Well, it's not.
Not today.
Well, it's
Oh, there is a
it's
drive.
after
It's
the
after
approval
the
of minutes.
It's after minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Just a comment, when we went over that, the auto dealership, then we got this email. Do we know what's going on? I know they're coming to meet with us, but
I think it's,
because we got an email. Didn't you get an email?
yeah, I think there was
We
one.
just got an email because he had sent an email and Pat sent it for our information.
It was sent to the Board of Selectmen, so it was sent to us for
Oh,
FYI.
Just for information.
just for information. Got it.
All right. Other business. ADC Sales LLC driveway permit 949 Laconia Road. It was in our packets today.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Where's 9?
Mr. Chairman, if you would. This is coming
Yes.
before you as a precaution because, well, it's a precaution and a decision from the planning board because I wasn't going to take any chances. If you would, on the application, it says planning board and or designee to make a decision on driveways. This is strictly a repavement, and they're going to stripe it. I've gone out and looked at it. I asked the director of DPW to go out and look at it. He's approved it. But I wasn't going to take any chances because I want to hear from the planning board. Do you want every driveway permit to come before the planning board, or would you like driveway permits go to way? How do you want to proceed with them?
Well, with the last issue, I'm thinking we can take a quick look before we can pass it on. What does everybody else think?
I agree with you.
Because I just don't want to get into that
Planning
again.
board first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They should all come to us and then we can, see
Keep
if
in
there's
mind that
anything more.
keep in mind if you do that, you're going to hold up that person for 2 weeks, or better than 2 weeks.
We can put a notice on the website that lets people know that they've got to get them in because the Wiggly death. We only meet twice a month, so they'll have to plan ahead. Most people
Tim
do.
can add that.
I have a suggestion maybe that someone go out there and take a picture before.
Yeah, no, I think if we're having the DPW go out to do like a site evaluation, they should be taking, photographs and, just to make sure.
Or even Pat, she went to visit too.
I agree with any legwork that wants to be done before it comes to us, but I think the final decision needs to be the planning board's.
Yeah.
We have in our regulations, I apologize, I don't have the zoning regulations. I have subdivision and site plan, but I believe we have something in there about parking. If I remember, we passed one. And I believe it's so many lots for.
Yes, 1 to 26, it's, you have to have a handicap. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's more than that. It has to do with.
Oh, it's the parking spot sizes, the
Correct.
minimum 9 feet by 18 feet.
Well, it also says how many.
Correct.
Spaces for
Yes.
businesses.
Yeah.
And I
So,
believe it even talks, is that the one that talks about how many trash cans they need to as well?
right,
Is that
the trash is a different ordinance,
is
but
that zoning regulations or is, I have
It's in zoning,
it is
I
in
think it's in
zoning.
ordinances.
because I only have subdivision and site plan.
Zoning.
I don't have the zoning regulations.
Yeah.
The gentleman that is doing this hired a professional striper that took a copy of our zoning ordinances and then went up and actually drew the diagram to, according to the zoning. And then actually Drew only had one initial handicap spot, but needed two according to the drawing, because now they have more than the allotted amount for more than 25, and they needed two handicap spots.
So this is a retail stores and shops, correct?
Correct.
So it's one space per 300 feet of floor space, plus one space for each 5 employees on the largest shift.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have the size.
38 spaces.
So do
according
we
to
know
this.
if,
He didn't mark the size, but he marked how many.
yeah, it's a hand-drawn thing. We don't know the square feet of the building.
Well, he's got 55 by 65.
I sent him a copy.
That's one. So that's,
I emailed
but I
him a
don't
copy.
know this part. I could probably figure it out with this
Well, if he took our,
185.
if he had our zoning regulations, and he's a professional, I would think he would
Right, yeah.
have
Well,
figured that out.
you would hope so. But everybody makes mistakes.
All of these should be.
It may be on the tax card, how
That's
much
what I was
the
just,
square
that's what I was
footage
just
is.
looking up.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it is. That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's what I was just looking up.
Oh, thanks, Eric.
No problem.
I get a feeling he has.
Because then we can figure
What's
that out.
the what's the address?
What's the address?
949
Thank you.
Laconia Road.
13.
949.
It's what, 38 spaces? No. Yeah,
38.
38 spaces. Is that what I'm seeing?
We don't know how many employees, but we can guess.
Oh, geez. Oh, they,
So there's currently 5 doors on the front. I don't know the side. It looks like others.
you would have to sit here and measure.
The two end businesses
Doesn't
I
it
know
tell
are
you the
bigger.
total?
Well, there's
The garage.
there's two numbers on there. This building sub area details. One is 12,294 feet. The other is 7,028 feet, because I believe the upstairs is residential and the downstairs is commercial.
Okay, so what's the whole total?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So if it's half residential and commercial, we don't have to consider the residential?
So the residential. So what I read you is for commercial.
You have to have two spaces for each residential unit.
Of worship.
How much is the first floor?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, wait. First floor.
residential units, and there's 5 commercial units.
So it's 4,154 feet. That's the size of the slab. And that's the first floor FIN. I'm guessing first floor finish, maybe?
So residential requires 2 spaces per dwelling unit.
And then the upper floor is 2,387 feet. Then they have storage area, piers, a deck entrance, a canopy, an open porch, garage.
Hmm.
I don't see the garage. Oh, there it is. It's on
But
the
the
back
upper
side.
floor isn't based on square footage.
Right,
It's based on 2 per dwelling unit.
Nate, how many are on the upstairs, you said? The
How
residential?
many dwelling units?
There's 4 bedrooms, 7 baths, 2-story apartment store. So it's a 2-story building.
It's on here?
Yeah. So this sheet seems to be residential 1, residential 2, commercial 1, commercial 2,
Okay,
commercial
I see
3,
that.
commercial 4, commercial
So we
5.
need 4 spaces for the residential.
I got a feeling he's got the spaces.
And then
If you do 4,154 feet,
they'll
what's
give us
the,
a, yeah. I'll
what,
tell you right
what's
now.
that, 300? You said 300?
Mhm.
So divide that by 300.
Wait, 4,000 you said?
13.84, so 14.
So what was this? What was the
14 and 4.
5, how many per
18
300
spaces?
foot?
300, 11, yeah, one space for 300
So that's 14
and one
spaces.
space for every 5 employees.
Who knows
So
if any of those
that'd be
places have 5
14.
employees?
Well, he's got a lot more than
Yeah,
that.
so
got
it's around
38.
25 if we're
got
assuming they
38.
all have 5 employees on. And so
He's got 38.
yeah,
Yeah,
it seems like
so
they
even if we
have plenty
did
of parking, and since this
24,
is
yeah.
a repave,
Yep.
I would hope that the parking spots would be the correct amount when it was initially paved. But that being said, the ordinances could have been updated since then.
So it looks like he's got 2 handicap, but don't we have to have a double one for the van?
I
I
think
think.
the one in the center there, top
got-
center, see the hatch, the big hatched
Oh,
out
this
area?
thing here?
I think that
Yeah,
would,
that would give room,
and
yeah.
then the one on the end would also.
I took that as a walkway,
Has to be 8 feet
because
wide.
if you saw
so-
the picture.
Oh,
So we just want to make sure that he has the
Yeah.
handicap thing.
one of them's gotta be van accessible.
Yeah, that's all.
But can I ask a question?
Mhm.
If this is an existing parking lot and this is just a driveway permit, aren't you just concerned about the driveway? Or are you concerned with the parking lot? What are you concerned with now? If this is a driveway permit, or are you concerned with the parking lot?
Both,
Yeah.
because it's a do-over.
Well, he's just repaving,
It's
he's
a
not
repave,
removing.
It's a resurfacing, right?
They're resurfacing,
My only
So it's-
concern is
do-over.
slope. So that, to take a picture of what it looks like. And then,
So we'd have to ask if there's going to be any change to the grading when they do the paving. If they're doing a top coat, it won't be, but
Well,
if they're
it's-
doing,
It's just a top coat and there's no change to the grading whatsoever.
that should be all right, because they're not tearing up the old pavement.
Just
the
the top
paving,
coat.
the paving will be top coated in the existing lot. Only some spark, I can't talk. Only some of the
I think we're
parking spots will.
complicating the dickens out of something that's
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
No, if
My
he's gonna
opinion.
they're gonna top coat it, that means they're gonna put at least, what, 2 inches? So how are they gonna
Inch
make
and
the
a half.
transition to the existing road?
They might just groove it.
They apron it. Just apron it.
What?
They just apron it out. That's all.
Well,
They could dig that part out and then just fill it in and.
Right.
but we don't know that, what they're doing.
Because if they did seal coating, that's this. Top coating is,
This. So there's going to be a significant transition.
Well,
So how are
so we
they
just
going
want to
to?
make sure sloping is proper.
I think now you're gonna have to get involved in every, you're gonna get involved in every single driveway that's gonna be paved in
I
the
was
town
just
of
gonna,
Tilton.
that's why I said
Well, yeah, that's what our job is. That's what our job is.
So we don't
I
have
don't
to have issues.
Well, right now on the end of it is a dip, so it'll be a welcome relief.
So you've seen
Oh,
it, so you can see
She went
that it
there,
will-
yeah.
At the end of the driveway, it's a dip.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Right.
So do we have to make a motion or?
Make a motion to approve the driveway permit.
Second.
So moved.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. I've hit the end of my agenda.
I would like to make a note that it may be worth us having a separate form for a new driveway versus resurfacing an existing driveway, or potentially something around like
Paving.
parking lots, just in terms of like, you know, I feel like if someone is doing a parking lot, you know, that's much different than someone doing like a driveway for, you know,
This is
a
a
single
driveway
family.
permit. There's a difference between a driveway permit and a parking lot.
But he
My,
doesn't
in
have
my
an
mind,
application?
maybe I'm feeble-minded, but in my mind, there is a difference between an application for a driveway permit and an application to have a new parking lot.
But
Am
he
I wrong?
attached all that. It is different, yeah.
Well, this isn't an application for a new parking lot. He just happened to include
Yeah, all the
that
paving.
they're going to be resurfacing the parking lot and
He's gonna
restriping
stripe,
it,
and
which
so
means
he
it's
took our zoning regulations, and he's gonna use that as his map, which is more than a hell of a lot of people do who come in and do things. I think it's a good thing.
it's a great thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think we did our due diligence with it. But typically, parking lots are presented to us in site plans.
Exactly. That was my point.
I think this is a first for me.
Mr. Chair,
On a driveway, yeah.
Yes.
is the board going to designate you as the planning board chairman to sign this original driveway permit as approved?
I would like to make a motion to designate Eric, the chairman, as the individual to sign permits on behalf of the planning board.
I second that.
Motion and a second. Any
Is this
discussion? Oh,
Was that a blanket motion?
I thought
You
it was
said
just
permits.
this.
Permits and something applications, he said.
Well, he would if he's the chair.
Right.
It
Not
says
necessarily.
planning,
What if he's not here?
it says planning board chair or designated agent.
So we have chair already, so he's already, that.
So he's here.
So I guess he
so
signs
would
it because
sign
So we
he's
would
the
only have
chair,
to
because
vote
we
if
don't
he's
have a
not here.
designated agent.
And sometimes it just says planning board member. And sometimes
Anybody
it's-
can
yeah.
sign it. It doesn't have to be the chair.
No.
But for this application, I would definitely vote yes. Eric should sign it.
Sign it.
Also, yeah. Did we vote? I don't remember.
No, we-
Oh. All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Abstain.
You don't
Any-
have to abstain.
Any other discussion? Yo,
Oh, go ahead.
we had some other stuff that we had to sign too, right? But that's
Yes,
mandated that.
yes,
Okay.
you have to sign the maps over there.
I
And are you still under other business?
Sure, it wasn't on the agenda, but we'll go into other business.
Well, it is on the,
Oh, it wasn't on mine.
see, other business?
The driveway permit's the other business.
You see it there?
Well, I know I'm probably
Oh.
going to be slapped severely, but I just wanted to let you know that it's Janice's last planning board with us tonight, and she's been a tremendous asset.
I think we've been teased with that one before.
I've got you, can we make sure you're on speed dial?
You got that roll of duct tape ready, right? You just, all right.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. Non-debatable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at
7:35.
7:33 p.m. on Tuesday, May 14th, 2024.
We've never appointed a secretary for that.
Any member, who wants to be the member that signs?
Do I have to use Sharpie or is it
I
pen?
don't have a pen. You got a